guys, Chris here, GearNoir on the forums. I'm here to do my 7 sins of traditional shaving video for you. I promised it on theshavingcadre.com, so here I am delivering. What? Chris wears glasses? Yes, he does. Snazzy. Leftover 90s stuff, right? I got my hair did, looking sharp. I just finished my shaving video a little while ago. Smelling good, feeling good. Let's get this done. Alright, so 7 sins of traditional shaving. First one up is greed, my most expensive item. And that is, believe it or not, my simple feather AC shavette. You all know what this costs, and for that to be my most expensive thing, well, you get an idea of what's in my den. But I love this thing. It is great. It's the first shavette I've ever had. It's the only one I have. I got it shortly after I started into straight razor shaving, and I don't regret it. This is the one I've stuck with the most out of all my SRs and other razors actually. For the last year, this is what I've used the most, and it's been worth every penny. So, and then that was my most expensive item. Least expensive item is, let's see, a simple gold dollar straight razor. There it is. Cheap hunk of metal there and plastic. It was actually given to me, so it can't beat free and can't be cheaper than a gold dollar. But someone was actually sent it to me to test the edge that they put on it, to see, they were kind of practicing their honing and doing balsa strops and paste strops and things like that. And so I said I'd test it for them, and they sent it free of charge in the mail, and I used it, and I haven't used it since. But okay, so that was my greed. Wrath, something I love to hate, and there's only one thing in my entire den that takes that cake, and that's my Body Shop synthetic brush. This thing is a piece of C-R-A-P with a capital C-R-A-P. It looks really nice. It's got a nice wood handle. You'd think it'd be okay, but for a synthetic, or any kind of brush for that matter, this thing is rough. Like, it is taking a Brillo pad to your face when you're trying to lather with it. Doesn't hold lather very well. It makes a decent lather, but yeah, there's no holding power with this thing, and the scrub and the backbone of this thing is crazy. Not a pleasant brush. I used it as my travel brush for a while. No more. That was Wrath. Gluttony, my most delicious scent. This is actually one of the few soaps that I'll talk about in this video, but that would be my Cella. I love this thing. I'm so happy I got it. I was kind of hesitant. This was back, about a year ago, probably toward last Thanksgiving, something like that. I was looking at different things to get. Sorry, my dogs started hacking on something. I'll show you them later. That was random. He's okay. She's okay. Alright, so a little bit of impromptu video. There's our old dog. She looks dead, but she's not. That's Napoli. Hi, Napoli. Napoli. There's my girl. This is the other one, the younger one. This is Beauty. Beauty. She's part German Shepherd. Napoli's part Boxer. But those are them, my two love you to death protector dogs. Anyway, Cella. Yes, love this stuff. Oh, that almond marzipan kind of scent. That is absolutely delicious. If I could eat it and it would taste good, this tub would be completely licked clean, I tell you. Every Sunday at church, my wife runs the coffee bar, and I get myself a bear claw, and it smells just like that bear claw tastes. And the bear claw tastes amazing. Cella doesn't taste that amazing. I've gotten some on my mouth before. Tastes like soap, and we know how that tastes if you had a mouth washed out for any reason. But I do love that scent, even above my favorite scents like AOS sandalwood and Creed Aventus kind of stuff. But if I had to pick like a savory, delicious, sweet scent, it would be that one. Okay, sloth, my most neglected items in my den. And that, unfortunately, as much as I bugged my wife to get into it, are my straight razors. I've got the one I started with here, the Koken Army and Navy. That was from Whip Dog. It was one of his sight unseen deals. I love it, but I just don't have the chance to keep the maintenance up on them. I do have a Gold Dollar W series. It's the 5.9. A nice Spanish point there. Never shaved with it. I'm kind of afraid to because of that point. I know I could mute it, but I'd rather have it professionally honed first. And frankly, I'm just not at a stage where I'd be comfortable with that kind of point. I've got a PIF Gold Dollar. This is another one. I know for saying how bad gold dollars are. It's just that one that I mentioned, the first one. I've got that here. That's the cheapo one. But they can actually be made into really nice shavers. This is a modded one from PIF on Badger and Blade. He did a really nice job there with the tang. Sharpened it up and shined it up really nicely. Gave it some good scales. It's actually a pretty decent shaver. I've used it a couple times. But like I said, for all these things, I really just don't have the time for maintenance. I know it's a matter of minutes sometimes, but once we get to the honing and the needing to refresh the edges, I don't know. I just wimp out and I don't feel like doing it as much as I used to. I started out fine, but once I got this feather, it all went downhill from there. So that was Sloth. Pride next. And the thing I'm most proud of, it's one of the razors that I really wanted when I started this and was getting interested in traditional shaving, and it's the almighty Fat Boy. This one's in E2. It's got pretty good plating. It's pretty much a user grade one, a little bit above maybe. Some of the numbers are missing and half there or half not there, but it's really smooth, works really well. It is my favorite DE razor that I use. It gives me one of the most comfortable shaves. Maybe not the most efficient, like as efficient as my Game Changer or even my pre-Wartech or something like that. But I love the shaves this thing gives, and this is, for me, is kind of a status symbol of traditional shaving. I think traditional shaving and luxury and pampering myself, that's the razor I think of right there. I love that thing. And let's see, lust. What do you really want but can't have? It's not necessarily a traditional shaving thing, but traditional shaving kind of introduced me to it, and that would be anything Creed Aventus. I am in love with that scent. It just blows me away. So I'm very happy that I can purchase some clones of it. I have a couple, like from Captain's Choice, the Venture, or Fine Platinum, and I'm going to slowly build that collection so I can enjoy more of that scent. But as for the real thing, that's totally beyond my reach. I'll probably never have that, and I'm okay with that. I enjoy the clones. So, but Creed Aventus for my lust. And finally, for envy, I'm going to kind of wimp out on this one and say that I really don't envy anybody. I'm very pleased with what I have. A lot of people in the wet shaving and traditional shaving community are very generous, and I've been able to benefit from that. I've been able to get myself some nice things like the Fat Boy. But when it comes to other people and the things they have, I really kind of celebrate with them and the things they have. I'm happy for them. I try to stay far away from being jealous and envious of other people. I know that's kind of a cop-out for this kind of video, but that's just the way it is. I guess if I had to envy anybody, it's the guys that can hone their own razors, have the time and talent to do that, and the guys that can make their own soaps. Those are pretty cool things. Um, and the guys that, like Eric, that can make their own brushes, or yeah, Chris that can make his own soaps, and he knows all the processes and how to make a good one, and how to add scents that he likes and all the mixtures and whatnot. And it's a really cool thing. Maybe I'll have time for it at some point, but just not right now. But that's who I had to envy if I had to pick something, not necessarily for any certain thing, but the artisans and people who are handy with tools and whatnot that can make the stuff that they use for shaving. So that's my 7 sins. I hope it was enjoyable for you. I'll cut to a little video of my dogs, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.